Hey, welcome back, everyone. I am the Educated Natural. Welcome to my channel. Wow, it is an honor to have you guys with me today. Happy Monday. We give God praise that we are still among the land of the living. Listen, today's broadcast, today's teaching is actually in response to an inbox message that I received a few days ago. And instead of me just answering them, I figured I would just do it as a live stream. That way, if anyone else had the same question, we'll all just learn together. So today we're actually going to be talking about trademark specimens. This is a pinnacle part of anyone's trademark application. You have to have it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Everyone that files a trademark has to have an applicable trademark specimen. So before I get into any teaching, let me just welcome everyone in. Let me say hello to those of you that are here already. You guys must have been the ones that sat at the front of the classroom because y'all was in here ready to go. And I'm thankful for you. So let's go on and get this started. Hey, Unbiased LLC, thank you for being here. E-Money, welcome in and congratulations on last night's victory of the Battle of the Beats. Congratulations, my friend. Tamika Davis, thank you for being here. Welcome. Miss Cheryl Faulkner, it's good to see you. How are you? Official Jamie, thank you for being here. Team Reese Travels, welcome. It's glad to meet you and see you here. Let's see who else we got. GT Junior Grows It Alaska. Thank you for being here. Welcome. So as everyone is starting to come in, if you see someone in the chat that you're curious about, you want to know more about, take a moment, head over to their channels, get to know them, become a part of their family over there on their channels. Trust me, you are in the right place to meet some great people that's going to teach you a thing or two about what they do. So don't be afraid to say hello, talk amongst yourself, get to know each other, because I'm telling you, there's somebody in here besides me that's going to teach you a thing or two. So don't miss that opportunity. So if you see someone you're not familiar with, just reach out and say, hey, they can't like they're going to bite you or anything. So just say, hey, okay? Make everyone feel welcome here because everyone is welcomed here. Now, in my last live stream, I asked a question, how many people were either thinking about or in the process of filing their trademark? And some of you did raise your hand, and some of you have reached out to me in my inbox since that live stream saying, hey, I need information about this. I need information about that. What can you tell me? So that's why I'm here. I'm here to educate you on filing your trademark. Welcome in, Miss Patty. Welcome in, Crafty Leo. Great to see you, ladies. So I wanted to take a moment to answer this inbox question that had everything to do with trademark specimen. Now, over the years, I have literally had to go back and forth with business owners over websites. There are some gurus out there that will tell you, oh, you don't need a website. You don't need that. All you need is social media. You'll be fine. Well, guess what? They're eating those words now, and I'm going to tell you why. The number one reason when you get serious about your business and you decide that you want to file your trademark, you got to present to the USPTO trademark attorneys specimens. It's for those of you that may not be familiar with the term specimen. I have some notes over here, some things I have to cover doing this. So if you see me looking down, checking my notes. Okay, a specimen is basically an example that you have to present to your attorney as to you using whatever product or service and the mark that you want to put on that product or service. You have to show them an example of you using that thing in commerce. And I'm going to show you some examples here. I'm hoping that the person that asked me about this is able to join us today if they're not too busy, because I did tell them that I would be doing the video. So hopefully eventually they'll show up and see this. Hi, Sweet Reed, welcome in. So the trademark specimen, whether you're doing a specimen for a product or a service, is you proving and showing those United States patent and trademark attorneys that, listen, this is how I'm using it. And you have to be using that specimen in accordance to the class or category in which you're trying to trademark whatever term, slogan, sound, scent, whatever. Okay. I'm going to break this down. I'm going to use myself and one of my products as an example as we go through this so you can see what I'm talking about. Now, back to this website thing. There are many of you that I know in particular, because some of you I've researched, some of you have reached out to me. And one of the first things I'm going to ask you is, where can I find your products and services? Some of you have told me you have to inbox me on Instagram, inbox me on Facebook. You heard it here first. Let me tell you something. That is not going to roll with the USPTO.gov attorneys. It's not going to roll. The reason why the pinnacle part of your specimen has to be where people are buying or purchasing that product or service that has that mark that you want to get trademarked on it. The easiest place to do this is on a website. The website doesn't have to be some extravagant website. There are certain people I know, and if you would like to know who they are, just ask. But there are certain people I know that know where you can get a free website. They even actually help you build this free website. Some of you have taken advantage of that already. Some of you may not know this, but there are people in our community that show you where these free website builders are. So if money is an issue, you say, look, I'm not paying for Squarespace. I'm not paying for Wix. I need a free option. There is a free option, options actually. But these individuals help you, build these websites. It can be just a one pager, as long as it's a place that shows whatever mark you're trying to trademark in commerce, on a product, on a service, depending on which class or category your products and services fall into. That is the easiest place to put your stuff. I've been saying this for years. You need a website. Free is not going to be able to cover everything. When I say free in this context, I'm talking about social media. The reason why is because if you're telling people, hey, just inbox me on Instagram, Instagram doesn't really have a place where people can really buy right then and there the stuff from you. You may have a picture of it, but that may not be sufficient to the requirements that the attorneys at the USPTO require. And I'm telling you something, you're spending money to get this trademark filed, and you don't want a simple specimen that you are in control of to be the reason why your trademark gets kicked back or rejected. Which is why I'm telling you now, if you have time and you are a serious business owner, make sure you get a website. Get something in the ground that they can go to and say, okay, now we can see how they are using this mark in commerce. Don't miss this, because I've seen a lot of people, some content creators. I was looking up someone's trademark just the other day, and guess what they got rejected on? The specimen. And guess what else? They used an attorney. They used an actual attorney that is currently right now fighting with the USPTO attorneys over this specimen. So that's why I don't want to see this happen to you. I'm going to teach you and show you examples of what a specimen that is easy to get through looks like. But I'm not going to give you all the nuggets, because I do have a course coming up in July where I'm going to break down both products and service examples when it comes to specimens and so much other things. In this course I will cover, because I don't want to leave you guys uneducated. You're here on this channel, you know my motto. If you're new, listen closely. Welcome. My motto here on this channel, The Educated Natural, that I will never leave you uneducated. I can't do it. It's not in me. If I know, you know. And when it comes to trademarks, if I'm able to provide the information to you that'll help you own your land when it comes to your brand, your name, your slogan, your tagline, your creativity, I'm here to help you. So don't walk around here saying you don't know. You will know as long as you stay attached to the Educated Natural. I will make sure you know, because protecting your brand, protecting your intellectual property is very big and important to me. And I hope with all the money, the time, the energy that you are putting into it, it's important to you as well. Maybe you're not familiar with trademarks. It's okay. I'm here to help you. The thing about being a business owner is there's going to come a time, and it should be in the very beginning, you're going to have to put a name on it. And the moment you start promoting that name, and in trademark terms, it's called a mark, as soon as you start putting it on your social media, you start putting on products, services, courses, podcasts, whatever. As soon as you start putting it out there publicly, someone may look at it and think to themselves, I like that name. I'm going to go piggyback off of that name. And if you're not careful, they will snatch it right from under you. And before you know it, you'll be the one receiving a cease and desist letter, if not some type of legal litigation, because now they're saying they own it. And now they've taken some of your power away, because now you have to go to court or some other type of legal matter or place. Now you have to go and prove that you started it first. So now it becomes a he said, she said type thing. Stop that before that even gets started, and protect your intellectual property the right way. Now, for those of you that saying, Kim, look, I bought a domain. I have already purchased the LLC, the S Corp, the C Corp, the nonprofit. I'm good. I'm here to tell you, you are not. Trust and believe me, you are not. You're only good in your state. But the rest of the country, the rest of the United States, you are open. You're an open market. Anybody can come touch that. And ain't nothing you can do about it without a trademark. Trademark kind of cuts people off at the knees, if you will. It stops them in their tracks. They cannot touch your stuff as long as you have a federal trademark backing you. So stop making excuses as to why you cannot do it. If you can't protect it, why are you wasting your time building it, promoting it, putting it all over products and services if you're not willing to protect it? Because what you won't do, somebody else will. I'm here to tell you. I have been copied, and I'm in the process of snatching edges right now. So if you don't want to get your edges snatched, if you don't want to receive some type of litigation that's going to cost you thousands upon thousands of dollars, protect your land. Protect what you have spent days, months, weeks, years building. Protect it on a federal level. That way, if you live in North Carolina and someone way in Washington State, way across the United States, Washington State is using your name, you have that federal trademark. You can go stop them. Without it, all you can do is pout, cuss, kick the dog, do whatever you got to do. That's all you can do. But you can't stop them without the ownership of that federal trademark. So I need y'all to understand this, because some of you all are in trouble and don't even know it. The reason why you're in trouble is because there are people already that have filed trademarks that are similar to the name you are already using. And when you make up in your mind that you're going to go file that trademark, and you put in your application and it gets rejected by the USPTO attorneys, and you're thinking, no, that's my name, what's going on? It's because you were slow to the base. You cannot file a trademark on a name that's similar or confusingly similar in any way to an already registered trademark. So if somebody has a name called, let me look who's in here. Sweet Riri, and then they get it through, and then Sweet Ree decides that she wants to go trademark Sweet Ree, She can't do it if it's in the same class or category as the person that's already filed before her. So now she has to go and get a lawyer, and that lawyer is going to cost her money, and she's going to have to fight against this already filed applicant. Now it's a battle. And I don't know about y'all, but last time I checked, attorneys were not getting any cheaper by any means for anything, not even a phone call. So don't play with your intellectual property, or someone else will make you pay big time. So if it's valuable to you, you have to make the decision today. I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure I have that on lock. So I just want to make sure I put that out there. For anybody that's thinking about it, doubting it, have some issues. That's right, Black Guns and Gardens. Thank you for being here. No edges. They don't need no edge control because I'm snatching them all. There's their hairline way back here by the time I get finished with it's behind their ears. I'm not playing when it comes to my IP. I worked too hard, put too much money into it, made too many sacrifices for it to let somebody come in there and think they can just piggyback off of it. No, no, no. No, ma'am. No, sir. No way. And some of you have to have that same type of tenacity. We're not playing. We have played long enough. Playtime is over. It's done. It is finished. And it is time for you to secure what you have worked so hard to build. So I see some extra people have come in here. Hey, Odom, thank you for being here. Hey, Angela, welcome in. Anyone else that I may have missed, welcome in. Thank you for being here. But we're not playing. We're not playing. We're not playing. So let's get into this discussion. So when you're filing your application with the USPTO, you have to identify if you're going to be protecting a good or a service or a product. It's another name for a good or a service. Only you know that. So like I said, I'm going to use me as an example. All right. So let's say that I decide, because I don't see the other person in here right now, so I won't use their product without their permission. So I'll use my own just to be on the safe side. Because I have a couple of content creators that are in the community. I have a couple of their products here. But I'm one that don't like, telling y'all about other people's stuff without their permission, because I don't want no issue. Because let's say I look it up and I find something wrong, then I have to tell y'all what I find wrong. And I don't want to embarrass anybody. And so without their permission, I won't just put their stuff up on the screen. So if I see them in here, then I will ask them if it's okay. If they say no, no problem. I'll just work with me because, I know me. Okay, I know my products and I know my services. So I always bet on me. So let's say that you wanted to do a product-based trademark, meaning an actual tangible item. All right. So I'm going to use me for an example. Many of you may not know this, and some of you may. But I first went natural in 2009. All right. When I went natural, I went natural, not just my hair. Okay. I went natural in a lot of the products I was using in my hair. Yes, I was one of those that you see on YouTube that was doing the shea butter mixes and the mango butter and all these different oils. And oh my goodness, I was in it deep, y'all. So I started selling certain things that dealt with hair, because people would always ask me, oh my goodness, what are you using on your hair? Your hair is growing so fast, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, you know what? Let me start making some stuff. Let's see what happens. And one of the things that I made that I can show you guys today was this. Let's see if I can get it clear. There we go. Crooked. All right. This was my hair and scalp oil. All right. And what was happening was I would bottle this up. And because I'm a researcher, I didn't just put just this on the front. According to the USA, United States of America, when you do a product label, there are certain things you have to have on that label. And I'll save that for another video at another time. But because I knew this, I made sure when I created my product, this hair oil, I didn't just stop at the front label. I also, as I turn it around, I put ingredients. Let me see here. Come on, camera, work with me. I need a piece of paper. My hand ain't doing it. I think it's focusing more on my hand than it is the bottle. Can't get into focus. All right. Anyway, trust me. I have ingredients. I have the warning label on here. You know what? I have a piece of paper somewhere. Give me a second. Let me find something to put behind this because y'all need to see this because it's very important. I'll use this notebook. All right, this will work. Let's see if this helps. I should have had my little stand up here to make it a lot easier so I ain't got to hold it. Does that help? That does not help at all. Come on, think you messing up my video. Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. Turn it this way. And my hand just was crooked. Okay, there we go. It's better. All right, so I tell you what it is. My name is on there. This is way before I had my trademark, obviously. It tells you what it's used for. There's a note on there. There's the application instructions, right? But I didn't stop there. Turn around. These were the ingredients that was in it when I first started making it. Jeez, Kim. All right, there we go. Boom. Finally. Right? So these are the ingredients that was in the original bottles. Right? That was my old company name. That was my address, my mailing address. So that was my old website, right? So this was I put all this stuff on my bottles. The reason why I did this, not just because the United States Labeling Committee requires certain things to be on your labels, was I did this because I had to make sure that if at any point I wanted to expand my hair oil into stores, I had all the applicable information on the bottle. All right. So I did it from the scratch, from the beginning. I made sure everything was on here that they needed. That way, if somebody said, hey, I might meet somebody at a mom and pop shop. They say, hey, love your oil. Can I put it on my shelves? You sure can. All I need to do now is put a barcode on here. It is ready to go. Okay. So that's all was needed. For those of you that are doing products, you need to make sure your labeling is in accordance with what the USPTO requires when you go and file your trademark. It could be a shirt. I did an earlier video when I showed you all an example. Matter of fact, it was this exact shirt right here, Black Queen. If you were going to use this as an example specimen for your clothing brand, I did an earlier video and teaching on that. So go back to my videos in my trademark playlist and you'll see that. Okay. Hey, Microform, I thought I saw you sneaking here. How are you doing? And so I wanted to show that to you all, because some of you aren't completing the process when it comes to your labeling. And when you go and you file your trademark and that attorney looks at your specimen, they may reject it because you don't have your mark. So in my case, like I said, I'm using me as an example. I'm trademarked my name, The Educated Natural. So if you look at my bottle, you'll see my name on it. Big as day, clear. You can see The Educated Natural right there on the bottle. But also, I made sure to put on the label what it was. Hair oil, right? So if you're just putting your name on there, your business name, you need to make sure you add what it is. Because whatever you put on there, that's what's going to be in your trademark description when you're going through the application process. It just makes things so much easier. The less that attorney has to think about what you're trying to trademark, the better for you, the applicant. You make it easy. What's that? KISS, keep it simple. You know the rest of that. Keep it simple. So when they look at it and they look at your specimen, they're looking through your application, making sure all that stuff is filled out correctly. They're looking at your specimen. They're going to examine your specimen. Trust me. You want to make sure everything on your example is on there. They don't have no question. Okay, cool. She wants to file in cosmetics. She wants to file for hair oils. Okay, let's see her specimen. They're going to look at the bottle because you got to take, and here's another important thing, and move on to the next point. When you get your product and you put your label on it and they look at it, there is something very important you need to hear. If you are a crafter, if you are a website builder, listen to me closely. I know for a lot of us, doing mock-ups is so easy because you can mock up anything. You can mock up a bag. You can mock up a whole car if you want to. I know it's easy, but that's a no, 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 no when it comes to filing your trademark. Listen to me closely. You cannot use a mock-up as an example at the USPTO for your specimen. They want to see the actual product. So when I put in for my specimen for my cosmetics, I took this bottle, I put it on a windowsill and took a whole bunch of pictures of it from all angles. I mean, I kept turning this bottle, just taking a bunch of pictures because I didn't want no excuses for them not to let me go through. You need to have your physical product and take a picture of whatever it is you're trying to trademark. They will kick it back quicker than Bruce Lee if you turn around and try to do a mock-up as your example. They will not. They have programs there now. You can't get through with a mock-up. Not going to happen. Also, people get hung up on their specimens because, listen to me really closely. Let me see if there's anybody else. Hey, Precious Pieces, thank you for being here. Hi, Deborah Garrett. Thank you for being here. What's up, Stacy? Good to see you. Anybody else sneak up in here? Emity Living and Cooking. Hey. Let's see. What's going on, Deontay? Good to see you. We have to make sure that when we're sending in these specimens, it's not a mock-up. When it comes to EJ's daughter, thank you for being here. When it comes to your specimen, it can't be a mock-up. But for product-wise, it can be a tag. So let's say this shirt, I put a tag on it. It could be your tag. With that, whatever it is you're trying to trademark, and I said in this example, I'm using me. So the educated natural, I mean, the educated natural need to be on whatever it is I'm trying to trademark. But it has to be in specialized ways. I can't just take, let's say I'm doing t-shirts. I can't just slap the educated natural across the front of this shirt, take a picture of it and say, boom, that's my specimen. It is not going to fly. According to the USPTO, if you slap your name or whatever mark you're trying to trademark on the front of an item like a t-shirt, that's decorative. It's ornamental. That does not mean that's how you're using it in commerce. I've told you in my previous video, your name has to be back here. You probably can see it back here on the back of my shirt. Boom, right there. Good shot right there. Now it's a good specimen. Certain products have to be labeled certain ways. So I showed you, now I showed you my shirt. So that's one way to do clothing. It has to be in the label. It has to be on the tag. It has to be on your packaging. But it can't be just slathered across the front of the shirt. No, no, no. That's decorative or ornamental. So be aware of that. All right. So also, let me see who's in here. I don't see them. Hey, Crafty Leo. I don't see who asked me this question in here yet, but I really wanted to show you guys this. Okay. So any questions about anything I went over so far? Because there's still a lot of things I need to cover. Any questions about what I've covered so far? Any issues? Because I'm going to now dig into why you don't want to use social media and why you need a website. I don't see anything. I know it's a delay, so I'm going to wait. If you have any questions, what I've gone over so far, please let me know. Put up some emojis so I don't miss it, because sometimes the chat can flow and I'm flowing and the chat's flowing and I may miss it. I don't want to miss it. So if you have any questions, just holler. Okay. So I've already told you, whatever specimen you're going to be submitting to the USPTO for your trademark, it cannot be a mock-up. It cannot be a drawing. I recently was just messing around in the USPTO database, and I was looking at different specimens, seeing if anything had changed, because there are so many changes at the USPTO just this year alone. It's just been crazy. But I noticed that someone actually sent in a hand-drawn image. And I was like, what? I know they had to get an office action on that. And sure enough, they got an office action. And what an office action is the rejection pretty much by the USPTO attorney telling you that something is wrong. And sure enough, that hand-drawn image, I mean, the person was an artist. They did pretty good. But I was like, oh, that is not going to fly. And sure enough, no. They wanted an actual specimen of you showing how you're using it in commerce. And commerce is mean how you're selling it. So if you're selling it through your website, they want to see it on your website, able to be purchased. All right. So if you don't have a website, you're just really lessened your places where you can show you using these items in commerce. At the USPTO, it's all about the sale. How are people purchasing this from you? How can people purchase this from you? You have to show and prove that to them. And nothing is easier to purchase from than a website. We all do it all the time. So if you don't have a website and you're selling whatever product and service, you are doing yourself a disservice because you're not positioning your name and your brand in a place where it doesn't give anyone an excuse where they can't not buy from you. A lot of you are hurting yourselves because you don't have a simple website. You're telling people, inbox me on IG. Come on, man. I have literally inboxed certain people on IG because I wanted to buy something from them, and it was days before they got to the IG. So I always tell people, get a website. That way you already have it set up. That way if they can go in and purchase it, they can go in and purchase that hat. Would Etsy count? Yes. I'm glad you brought up Etsy. Yes, Etsy will count. As long as when you go to, matter of fact, EJ's daughter, do you have an Etsy website? I can bring it up. If you have it, if it's okay, if you want me to, I can bring up an Etsy site so you guys can see exactly. I'm gonna bring up my website, but any site, anybody have an Etsy store? Hey, there you. Hey, J3GS Forms, how are you? Great to see you. Hey, J3, can I have one of your products here? Can I show it to everyone? Is it okay if I use you for an example? If not, just say no. If you don't want me to do it, just say no. But if it's okay with you, I wouldn't mind, sharing it with people. Okay, you have one, but you don't have anything posted. Does anybody have an Etsy store? That would be a great example. Anybody have an Etsy store that you don't mind me sharing? And we can, I ain't trying to put nobody on the spot, I promise you. But if there's somebody that was like, hey, use my stuff, I won't have a problem with that. So I know there's a delay, so I'm waiting. But yes, Etsy stores will work. I've seen several specimens presented using their Etsy store. As long as it's set up like a store where people can go and purchase whatever it is that you are trying to sell or you are trying to trademark. So for instance, when it came to this hair oil, I put it on my website because when I first started in business, I always had my own website. So I always did websites. Okay. Thank you, J3GS Form. Thank you. So I always had my own website. So anything I'm selling is going to be on my website. I own that. I'm going to put all my stuff on it. But for those of you that says, look, I don't have time for no website. Maybe there are those of you that are monetized here on YouTube. And I think it's only certain companies that YouTube allow you to attach a store to. And so if that is the case, as long as it's a place where people can purchase your products or services, and your products have to have whatever it is you're trying to trademark on it. Let me give you an example. Who's in here? Let's see. Odom's Homestead. Let's say Odom's Homestead says, hey, Educated Natural, I want to trademark Odom's Homestead, but I want to trademark it for hats. And I say, cool, Odom. No problem. That's trademark class 25. No problem. I said, well, what's your website? He says, I don't have a website. I have an Etsy store. Cool. So I head over to his Etsy store to see, what's there, see how things are looking as a, common courtesy. And I get there and I see nothing, no hats, no apparel that says Odom's Homestead. Because what I didn't know is that Odom's Homestead isn't being used on his products. He has another name on his products. Let's say it's Tyrone's Homestead that he has on his hats, on his apparel. That's not going to work. Whatever you're trying to trademark, in my case, the Educated Natural, in Odom's case, Odom's Homestead, it has to be on whatever product or service or goods and services that you are trying to trademark. I can't go to your Etsy. You shouldn't go to your Etsy and see another name on anything other than the name you're trying to trademark on that product. Like, so for instance, if I had this hair oil and it said Kim's hair oil, and I'm trying to trademark the Educated Natural Hair Oil, that's two different things. That's two different things. It has to be as is. It has to be exact on whatever you're trying to trademark. It has to be exact on that product that you're showing to the USPTO. So let's say you decide to do your logo. All right. So you put your logo on everything. However, when they go to your website, when they go to Etsy, your logo is different. Whatever you put on that application, when you're filing your trademark, it has to match your specimen. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So if you're doing a design mark, as in a logo, whatever you put on that application has to match your website. It has to match your products or services, period. You can't deviate. You can't have it pink on your website and then blue on your trademark application. They're going to reject it because they're saying that's two different marks. If you're doing a design, it is very specific on the USPT application, trademark application. It has to be exact. Hey, African Dreamer, welcome in. It has to be exact. So if there's a discrepancy and you know right now, wait a minute, I changed my logo in 2022. I need to go back and update these things before I file my trademark. Do that. Because if there's any discrepancy in any form or fashion, that attorney will reject it. So now you got to go back to the drawing board. Now you got to prove, and it's a whole process. You don't want to do that. Okay. If you can avoid that, avoid it. Make sure everything matches up. So since J3GS Farm said that I can use him by example, I'm going to show you. Now I've been using the honey, so don't you judge me. Okay. Here is our very own brother, J3GS Farms, that's there in the chat. This is his honey. We all make a joke and call him the honey slinger, right? This is his honey. Take a look at his label. Y'all see his label? My fingers out the way. It tells you J3GS Farms, pure, raw honey. Great job, J3GS Farms. If you would have just had J3GS Farms on this label, I was going to get you. Great job. Because not only do you have your mark on here, but you also have what it is. The only thing I would suggest you add on the back side of this bottle is your ingredient list, like you would see on any other honey bottle. You got to put your ingredient list and all the other stuff that's pertinent to honey. I don't know if it's calories or whatever else, you see on product labels. You got to get your product label on here. You got to put your website on here. We got to get you, if you don't have a website, get you a website. The more information you put on here, let's say a customer sees this on a store shelf and they pick it up and say, oh, who is J3GS Farms? They may not be familiar with you. But if they turn on the back of the bottle, you have your website on there. You even have an address on there, like a P.O. box or something, in case they want to, do a bulk order. I have seen people put a phone number, 1-800 number in case they want to call. You never miss the opportunity for people to buy ever. Okay. So I learned that from day one of being in business. You never miss an opportunity for people to swipe a card or give you money for your product or service. You make it easy for them. So if J3GS Farms decide to take his honey on the road and he decides to go to a pop-up event, somebody may grab this bottle because it's honey. It may be weeks. This is a whole lot of honey. It may be weeks down the road when they say, oh man, where can I get this honey? Where can I get this honey? Well, if you have the information on the bottle, they can order right there from their phone. Click, 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 right on their phone. Make it easy for your customers. If they have questions about it, you already told them how many calories in this honey. You already put your nice little statement about your honey, where it comes from. It's a Georgia's finest, whatever you want to put on there. You got their attention, but you don't want them to leave your presence at a pop-up shop and there is no way for them to contact you for another bottle. I mean, let's just keep it real. In business, you want reoccurring funding, right? You want people to keep coming back and coming back and coming back and buying that honey slinger. That's why I tell people, put it on your website. Because some of you, like me, one day recently, I went to go get on Instagram and I could not get on Instagram for nothing in the world. I don't know what was going on, but I couldn't get on. But guess what was still running? My website. So if I tell people, hey, contact me on Instagram, I say all my sales are going to Instagram and I can't get on Instagram. I'm missing sales. And I don't know about y'all, but there is nothing more frustrating than trying to buy something and you got to jump through hoops to buy it. And then once you finally are able to get, let's say on Instagram or Facebook or wherever else people send you to that don't have a website, there is nothing more frustrating to get there. You tell them, hey, I need 5 bottles of honey. You tell them that today. That person don't read their messages till Thursday. That's quite a few days. That's a chance that by the time you get back with that customer has gone over to somebody else's honey patch and got their honey because they were sick and tired of waiting on you to respond back to them. Be strategic in business. But if you had a website with an order page on it, people can go www.j3gsfarms.org.com.net, wherever. You got your honey on there. You got the buy now button. They click it, say how many they want. Boom. That order comes to you. You go and fill it, put it in the box, send it off. Next. You don't have to wait for somebody to check their messages. It's already in the system. We can't be out here. Exactly, EJ is doing it. We can't be out here missing money, especially in this economy. Every sale counts. That's why I always tell people, sure, hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on Facebook. But if you want me to really check, I check my email more than I check anything because there's business. Because I know everything on my website will end up in my email immediately because I have it set up that way. Instagram may be a hit or miss. I may be there some days, I may not. That's the truth. And I know some of you are the same way. Some of you aren't even on all of your social media messages or pages. You're not. But for those that are serious, you may be. But if you're for me, my website has more of my eyes and ears than anything. So I always tell people, set up a website. It doesn't have to be extravagant. You don't have to go pay $30 a month for no website. There is a person. Matter of fact, before I even say anything, raise your hand if you know right now you need a website. Like, honestly, just be honest with yourself. Matter of fact, don't raise your hand. Put a 1 in the chat right now if you know you need a website. I just need to know before I tell y'all this hookup person. See, thank you, sweet Ree. You said I'm awful with Instagram. I am too. It is what it is. I only use Instagram for the inboxes. That's it. If YouTube would ever activate an inbox here on YouTube, I'd probably shut down Instagram, to be honest with you, because I'm mainly on YouTube. Instagram is almost like a byproduct at this point for me. Thank you, GT Junior. GS, thank you, J3GS Farms. Anybody else say, look, I need a website. Now, if you look around, there are a lot of websites. But thank you, Gina versus Gina. Thank you for being here. There are a lot of website builders. All they are they're simple to set up. They're simple to design. You don't need a degree to do it. It's very easy. I have been on several over the years of different website builders, from Squarespace to Wix to Weebly. I have been all across the board. Now I'm on WordPress. Now that's for those that really like to dig and deep dive. It depends on how extravagant you want. I'm telling you, you don't have to pay over $20 for a website. I know someone right now, and she is in our community. Her YouTube handle is Creating with Tuck. She helps entrepreneurs like yourself. She helps people set up free Square I believe it's Square Websites. It's free. There you go, Microformer. Tell him. He said, I just got orders on my website. It feels great. It does. I don't have to check an inbox. It goes directly through my website. It comes directly in my email. And it literally lights up my email. And I'm like, boom, got an order. What they need, a shirt? What they need, a mug? Okay, I see it. Boom, got it, done. I'm working to get it done for them. And I'm getting it out the door as quick as I can. That's how it should be. But when you're sending people to your inbox on Instagram, on Facebook, and to be honest with yourself, you are not checking those inbox messages regularly. You're leaving money on the table and you're frustrating those that really want your products and services. And I'm telling you now, a frustrated person is not going to want to do business with you because in their mind, immediately, you're not serious about your business. And you cannot undo a first impression. So you don't want to leave a bitter taste in a customer's mouth when it comes to you or your brand, and definitely not your products and services. So if you get that real estate down solid, such as a website, all you have to do is remember your website address. That's all you have to do. And believe it or not, that domain, even if, trust me on this, because I had to fight this too, even if you're not in position to build a website, let's say free is not free enough for you. I don't know. But you just said, I don't have time to be doing no website. There is something I want to tell everybody in here. Buy your domain. That is your www. Whatever name you're going to put in the middle, .com, .net, .org, whatever you want it to end. .com is usually the most popular. If you look and it is available, whatever it is you want to trademark, I'm going to use myself as an example, The Educated Natural, right? So www.theeducatednatural.com, that's me. Don't wait and not buy your domain. Because even if you go to Square, even if you go to Squarespace, if you go to Wix, Weebly, any of those, Etsy, even, you want to make sure that you have your own domain. Reason why, if you ever look at the Etsy, let's use Etsy since Etsy came in the comments. If you ever use Etsy as your store, that's where you're going to be selling your products and services. When you first set up your Etsy, it's going to give you this long behind link with a bunch of letters and numbers in it. That's confusing. Anybody going to remember that? You want to make it easy. So instead of you telling people, hey, go to www.etsy.com/blah, blah, blah, just say go to www.unbiasedllc.com. When they type that in, you can have it forward to your Etsy store. So all you have to remember, and all your customers have to remember, is www.unbiasedllc.com. Okay? You can point that domain wherever you want it to go. But you don't want some domain that's this long. Nobody's gonna remember that. That's ridiculous. Hey, Dips Designs, welcome in. So you want to keep it simple when it comes to your domain. But if you know you don't own your domain and you want to really trademark that name, or you want to just keep that name as yours, you better go and get it now, because there are people that are cyber squatting. And what cyber squatting is, there are people going around through social media and they are buying up your names in a domain. There could be a www.africandreaming.com owned by somebody else that's not our African Dreaming. There could be a www.gsforms.com that's not owned by our own G3GS Farms. Okay? So trust me, the more you drag your feet, the more somebody else is doing what you should have been doing. And then once they get that domain, they will try to force you into paying some ungodly amount of money for this domain. Or you got to take them to court. It's a whole proceeding. That's a whole nother video to get that domain taken down. So while you're Thank you, Stacy. Please don't forget to hit that like button. If you're not a part of the family here, make sure you go on and hit that subscribe button so you can become a part of the family here if you haven't already, especially if you're finding value in anything I'm saying today. Come on, what you waiting for? You don't want to miss because we just getting started, baby. So listen, specimens is very important. I'm telling you, I can pull up many, many trademark applications that will show you where the USPTO attorneys have rejected, and in certain cases have given them a final rejection. A final rejection means we don't care what you write us, we're done with this. Next, they're saying no, it's no, you don't pass go, you don't get registered, it's a done deal. Nothing you can do about it. Except for try again, pay another, whatever that amount of money you paid, pay it again, try again. But the specimen was the issue. They had it in the wrong place. They had it in the wrong design. They had it spelled differently. It was just wrong. But what was most shocking to me is that several of these people used attorneys to file these trademarks. Like, how can an attorney, you're paying thousands of dollars to file this trademark for you, check that out? That lets me know that there's a lot of not looking, not policing, as we say in business, of what they are doing. Like they need another set of eyes on it. I don't know. But a specimen should not be the reason why your application was rejected if you're using an attorney. Now, I'll give you a break if you're doing it yourself, because you may not know. And I'm telling you it now. If you don't know what you're doing, don't file a trademark. You must just take your money and ball it up and throw it outside, because that's all you're going to be doing. There are no refunds at the USPTO. Once you pay and once you submit your stuff, it's a done deal. That's it. You have to wait the process out. You have to wait for that attorney to pick up your application, go through it. If there's an issue, they put it back to you saying, fix this. You fix it according to their requirements, you go through the rest of the process. It's already going to take 8 to 9, 10 months for them to even look at it. Don't have them prolong the process. I'm telling you. So what you want to do is set up your application in a way that once it lands on that attorney's desk, everything is the way it should be. You wrote it out the right way you want it to be. You gave the specimen on your website the way you want it to be. And I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to use my website. Anybody have an Etsy store before I put up my website? Anybody have an Etsy store where you're selling products that I can use as an example? Don't be scared. Don't y'all punk out on me. Don't be scared. Don't be scared now. Because I'm looking at the names in the chat. Business owner, content creator. If you have a store, if you have a website, it doesn't even have to be, if you have a website, if you already have a website, because I'm telling you now, some of you are going to find yourself stuck between a rock and a hard place if you don't protect your intellectual property. Once it's gone and somebody else has already registered it, all you can do is just sit in the corner and cry and just start over. Like, you just got this, what's that song? Let's start over, back to the way things were. You got to start over. And rebranding it can be hard, especially if you spent years building up a name or a brand, and now you have to start over. Ooh, that's ugly. Ooh, it's ugly. I'm telling you, it's ugly. So, anybody have a website? Now, all y'all up in here, it's 27 people showing on my screen, and you telling me nobody has a website? Ooh, if I had a long switch, I'd swipe it across the USA all the way to Tanzania and get all y'all. Come on, man. Somebody has to. All right, since y'all want to be all scared, I'll use my own website. Let's see here. Oops. No way. I have searched too many things on here. All right, there we go. I can't believe y'all right now. Y'all just going to just plunk out on a sister like that. All right, fine. I just use myself. Goodness. See, I ain't trying to make this about me. I'm trying to make this about you. This is about you. Okay. Let's see. I have a website, but it's under construction, so you won't see anything. Okay, crap. At least you're working on it. You get an A for that. You working on it. That's what I'm talking about. I can go with that. I can't believe y'all right now. Ooh. See, you know what? Hold on. Let me take this off this. You know what, Stacy? As much as that creativity you got, I'm gonna calm it down. Have y'all went over and checked out Late Night Crafting with Stacy? I'm telling you something. Just browse her YouTube channel. If you will see the level of creativity Stacy creates, you want to spank her yourself. I mean, she is doing some amazing things. Stacy, I'm whooping you in the spirit. You feel that, Stacy? You feel okay? I'm whooping you in the spirit. Yes, you should have a website. African Dreaming. I know y'all have a website. Now let me pull it up. I know y'all do. Good. There you go. Get to the corner. All y'all that don't have a website and you're here making shirts, hats, embroidering stuff, sewing stuff, to the corner. To the corner. All y'all to the corner. You're in trouble. All y'all in timeout. Okay, Stacy. Okay. All right. I'm going to use me then. All y'all in the corner. Ooh. Can't believe it. All right. So let me go to my website. Lord, I hadn't updated this in a minute, so please don't let me embarrass myself. God, okay? Thank you, Crafty Leo. She is creative. Y'all better stop playing out here in these YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, wherever else, streets, boulevards, and corners. You hear me? Y'all out here playing. I'm telling you, don't be coming on YouTube when somebody hits you with something that tells you that you got to stop using your name because you didn't do what you're supposed to do. Don't come crying on YouTube. I'm going to get you. Don't come inbox me saying, help me. Somebody said that they're using my name already. Help me. No. I'm just going to tell you, go see a lawyer or go rebrand because you knew better. You knew better. How long you been doing this? Oh, I've been doing this since 2019. You don't even have a domain? You got to be kidding me, right? At least have the domain. No. They out here playing in the streets. Out here trying to walk blindfolded in rush hour traffic through 8 lanes of highway. Playing. And somebody over there going, USPTO.gov. I want to trademark. Because you over here playing. All right. My mama always told me and my brother just one thing. She said, a hard head makes a soft behind. Of course, she did not say behind. Okay. But I'm just going to say it because I won't be doing that. Okay. So keep on with your hard-headed self. Exactly, EJ's daughter. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. A lot of people, not just me, I won't take all the credit. There's a lot of people providing some valuable information to the masses. A lot of them have larger audiences than me. And people will sit there and watch people's videos and go, oh yeah, click out the video and then go about just their merry little way like they hadn't learned a single thing. And we out here preaching, protect your IP, file your trademarks, file your copyrights, protect it. And y'all just walk around like, la, 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 la. I'm like, wait a minute. And then when it's gone, it's gone. It's just poof, it's gone. We can't help you. Once it's filed at the USPTO, no attorney, no matter how smart they may be, can help you. You have to then go into a full-on legal battle against that other person to try and get their trademark canceled. That's a long, very expensive process because now it becomes lawyer against lawyer. And the longer that lawyer has to fight for you, you just watch your bank account go cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. See, we want our bank accounts to go up. No, you'll go cha-ching, just go the wrong way. It's going the wrong way when you have to fight for something that you should have protected from the get-go. So y'all can keep playing if y'all want to. Take it from somebody that's had to fight and still in the fight for her name. Don't be like me, be better than me. Protect it from the very beginning. Once you do your research on the name, protect the name. But let me get over to my website so I can show y'all an example of a specimen. Let's see here. Okay. There we go. All right. This is my website. Okay. All right. This is the front page of my website. If you go over to, let's go here. All right. Hold on. Let me hide this out of the way. I don't want to scroll through. Y'all can scroll this on your own. Let me see. Let me go to courses. That's something that, let's say that's a service, right? My courses. Come on, thing. Click thing right there. This is a course I have coming up. All right. The date may be subject to change because, like many of you know, I am in the process of moving in a few days. My family and I will be packing up, moving to a whole nother state, having to resettle, and there's a whole lot of stuff going on with that. So don't be, this date may change because of situations, but I do have my course set up. So since my current trademark that's in process has to do with a service base, this is one of my courses. All right. So when you put in a specimen, you go over to, for me, this is what I had to do. No, not my podcast. I'll go over to my shop. And these are the things that are offered in my shop currently. So when I tell the USPTO attorney, these are the services, let's say I'm trying to say I'm an affiliate, doing affiliate services. Here is where I would take a picture of all of this. I would send it into them, a screenshot as a PDF, and I would send this into them. If I click here, this is the important page. What's up, Big Rooster? This is an important thing because as you can see here, it tells you what it is. It tells you how much it costs. It gives you a breakdown here. And if somebody sees this and they want to purchase, it's right there. If you are doing a product or service, you need to have a place where people can buy. That's the beautiful thing of a website. Not only can they find out more information about you, they can also buy products all in one place. They can even contact you if they want to. But let's say you're saying, okay, I want to do my podcast, because some of you are podcasters in here. Thank you, African Dreaming. Some of you are podcasters in here. Here is my podcast page, right? So when the USPTO attorney, and I will take a screenshot of all of this and I will send it in as my specimen. So when that USPTO attorney says, okay, well, she's trying to, trademark her podcast. Let's see where her podcast is. Well, they can come here and they can see where my podcast is. They can see all the things that's on my website as it pertains to my podcast. If they want to know even more, they can click here, and that's going to take them to all the episodes of my podcast, all in the same spot. It opens up in a new window and everything, so they can always go back to my main website. This is what I'm talking about when I say own and protect your brand. Own it. You tell your customers one place, and in that one place, everything is there. Let's say they have questions. There's a contact page. You got questions, you want to ask me a basic questions, boom, there's a page for that. You want to speak directly with me? Boom, get on my calendar, let's talk it over. You want to be a guest on my podcast? Boom, let's talk about it. It tells you all of this right here on my website. I don't have to contact you. Everything is there for you. You ain't got to call me. I don't have to call you. Everything is on my website. So when I tell people, go to my website, everything is there. It's literally there. So let's say people want to advertise on my website. I got a button for that too. I'll tell you, you want to do a podcast? You want to do an ad on my podcast? It tells you about all of that. You can even pay through Cash App. You can submit an ad right here. It's going to take you to a place where you can fill out the information. Boom, all set, ready to go, all in one place. You don't want to do your own podcast ad? I'll do it for you. Tell you all the things right there. I'll do it for you. Everything is on my website. It's all in how you set it up. You never miss an opportunity for people to buy. So whatever you're offering, it should be right there. I have certain people that I call my artisans. They're on my website. You can find out about me. It's on my website. My blog, which I have not done recently. Let me go click on it and embarrass myself. But my blog is there. I used to be really heavy in blogging, by the way. And I used to build websites also for people. But I'm telling you, all that stuff is on my website. I don't have time to be on Instagram trying to answer all these questions. No, you want to contact me? Do it through my website. I showed you everything is there. And at any moment, I can go in and make changes just like that because I own it. I don't have to, I didn't have an outside company build my website. Everything you saw in there, I built myself. I'm telling you, when it comes to the trademark process, make it easy for people. It doesn't have to be extravagant. You don't have to have flashing lights. You ain't got to do all that cinematography. You ain't got to do all that. You just need a place where people can go and get your products and services. Learn more about you. That's all you need. There are free sites you could do this through. Like I told you, Square. And if you want someone to help you, her name on YouTube is Creating with Tuck. Matter of fact, I'll show you her YouTube page so you guys can see it firsthand. See if I can find it here. There it is. All right, I'm going to share this with you guys so you can see her page. And there's her page right there, Creating with Tuck, the Unleashed Crafter. If you need help building a free website through Square, not Squarespace, Square, she is the go-to guru with that. Take a screenshot of this if you need to. Do whatever you need to do. But this is her YouTube channel. She is a part of the community. So let me see. Listen, I'm trying to type over stuff. My keyboard sideways. I'm trying to type, just messing up stuff over here. But hey, it's working. Okay. But I can't leave you guys uneducated. So if you need, hope y'all got the screenshot. Or write it down if you need to. If you need free 99, if that's your budget right now, like, look, I may not be able to file my trademark, but I'm working towards it, and I know I need a website. Get with Creating with Tuck, the Unleashed Crafter. Get with her. She has helped several of you already in the community with setting up your website. It's not hard. You just need to set things up like a business owner. Like people always quote Jay-Z. He says, I'm a businessman. Okay, I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. If you want people in business to respect you as a CEO, if you want people to respect you in business as a business person, a professional, as professional as you can get, you have to at least have a domain that you own and a website to back it up. And if you really want to throw things at people's face, get that R on your chest. Get that trademark on your chest. Trademark is like when you play spades, right? And y'all get down to the last few books and you look at your hand and you got the big joker, the little joker, the ace, and the deuce. Them last books all belong to you, baby. You got all that? That's how having a trademark back in your business, that's how powerful it is. It's like taking all your books and just going, hi. Get up from the table. I would, right? That's what a trademark does for you. You don't have to argue with people. You don't have to sit there and go back and forth with anybody. It's free of limited free. You so silly, Big Chris. From what I've been told, the last time I talked with Tuck, or Creating with Tuck, the Unleashed Crafter, that's what Tuck stands for, the Unleashed Crafter. It was free. Now, I hope Square hasn't changed that, but that's why I'm telling you, get with her. She is showing people how to do that thing. All right. So if you're like, look, I need help. This looks complicated. Oops, somebody knocked down something. This looks complicated. It is not complicated. It just depends on you. This is the things that you have power to do. Now, I'm going to tell you, like I said earlier, I have had my website at different places over the years, for the last 10 years. I have been with Squarespace. I have been with Wix. I have been with Weebly. And now I have been with, for the last few years, I've been with WordPress. I prefer WordPress. My website currently now is built with WordPress. My website just had a website increase in price, like I'm sure a lot of people. But my website is only $16 and some change a month. That's it. It is one of the fastest websites. And let me show you something else. For those of you that do have a website and you're just not telling me you have a website because you don't want me to pull your website up, that's all right. I got something for you. That's all right. Just go do me like that. Let me show you something. Here's a nugget. There is a website. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. It's called GT Matrix. I'm going to show it to you. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up here. You can go to gtmatrix.com. Let me pull it up real quick. All right. That's the website there. Here is something you need to understand. They got a cash up or something. Bruce was telling me. Hey, blessings, Rambo. How are you? Let me tell you something. If you have a website and you want to see how good your website is, go to a website like GT Matrix. It will tell you how fast or slow your website loads. There's nothing more frustrating than to go to somebody's website and it takes forever for the homepage to load and the next page to load. It just takes forever. So what I do when I build websites, I like to go here and I'll test my website. Every so often, I still do this. I haven't did it recently, so we better learn something together. Okay? We better learn something together. I know I'm all over the place, but this is important. This is a part of the website of the specimen. Come on, I'm going to make it full circle for you, okay? Because you need a website. If you don't want that USPTO attorney to smack back or reject your application, you're going to need this website. So if you have one and you're curious about it, you go here, look at my rating. This is what I did for myself. This is my rating for my website today. It's an A. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm just saying. It's an A. So I wanted to show you that because if you have a website, whether it's an Etsy website or a Square website, and as you're building it, you want to make sure that everything is flowing appropriately, because once you put all this work in and getting this thing up, you don't want frustrated customers on the back end. So make sure if you're in the process or you're thinking about filing a trademark application, that you at least put things in perspective, the right way. And you do that by making sure that whatever product or service that you are going to be trademarking, it has to have your mark on it in the right way. I showed you earlier our very own J3GS Farms. This is his front label. If he wanted to go to the USPTO and file his trademark or go to an attorney, he has to have this image. He can hold it. He can put it on the thing. He just has to take a good picture of this, an actual picture, not a mock-up, an actual picture of a bottle like me. Like I'm holding this bottle. He can take this. He can take this bottle, take a picture of it in great lighting, save it on his computer, upload it on his website, and when they go and check out his stuff, when he submits it to them, when he submits the picture, the JPEG to them, the picture of it to them, they will see it's not a mock-up, it's an actual product. The easiest way for him and for you and for all of us to do this is through a website. What I didn't show you is what my oil looked like. I told you I took a picture of this bottle on my website, and I will show it to you. Okay, let me bring it over so you can see it. Here's the back at my website. Here's my oil. You click on it. It's out of stock right now because I'm moving. And I don't want nobody waiting on it, so we'll move it. So this is here. But if it was in stock, it would have just like my other stuff. This is what I sent into the USPTO. These are my pictures. I took that picture. That is my window seal. Okay, this is my window seal down here. Okay. I took a picture of the back side of the bottle. I took a picture of the other side of the bottle so that they will see, okay, this is an actual product. This is not a specimen. I didn't want no confusion. All right. I didn't want no confusion with it. So my specimen wasn't going to be the problem. So I want to make sure I leave you guys. Okay, sounds good, unbiased. Okay, I'll pause. Oh, there it is. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. See if I can. All right. Unbiased LLC has presented her website. Let's see what we got. All right, let me pull this over to my other screen. All right, there we go. All right, let me get it over here so you guys can see it. All right, now let's start at the top and work our way down. At the top up here, y'all see that? Unbiased-beauty-square.site. This is what I'm talking about when I say buy your domain. That's a lot for any customer to try to remember. It's even a lot for you to tell somebody, oh, just go to my website, unbiased-beauty.square.site. That could be confusing for some people. Unbiased does a lot of great things. She got to make it easy. So if she had, just go to my website, www.unbiasedbeauty.com or whatever she wanted to name it, something simple, boom. She can tell everybody that. Anybody can remember that. So that's why your domain is very important. Many of you may not know this. You know what? I'm going to say that for my course. I was about to give y'all another nugget. I'm going to say that for my course. Make sure I write that down. Don't forget that one. Let me write that down. Yeah. Okay. I had to make sure I write that down. All right. So this is Unbiased's website. Unbiased Beauty LLC. All right. She tells you the time she's open. She gives you a phone number and an email address. She tells you all about her salon and her supply store, beauty supply store. You can book on her site. Look at this. She got where you don't even have to call her. You can hit the button and book your appointment. You go, girl. You got this, Unbiased. She tells you the services and the prices. Look at this. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all see that? I'm going slow so everybody get a chance to see as I'm looking myself. Wow. Girl, you ain't tired. That's a lot. Wow. And you're reasonably priced. I don't know. When I seen these prices like this, girl goes, whew, somebody told me they spent over $100 or something for it to get their hair done. I was like, good gracious. Do y'all see this? Hold on. Wow, Unbiased. They want y'all to hear me coughing. So this is the front page of Unbiased's website. She has a button for staff. You can find out about her. She tells you how many years of experience she has. She tells you what her specialties are, all hair types. She's a wig maker, natural and healthy hair specialist. Hello. You better go head on. Go to the shop part. All right. Shop. Where is the shop? Oh, duh, at the top cue. Shop all. Girl, high five, Unbiased. Put your hand up. Put your hand up. High five. These are her. Look at her. This is her shop. Wow. And look over here. You can even browse by category. Great job. Her price ranges. She has a drop box for that. You can put that in there if you're looking for a particular price range. You know your pockets more than anybody else does. She tells you how to get it. Shipping. I just want to see what that does. Availability. This is how you can break all these things down. I'm sure that thing trying to mess with this. All right. Wow, that is pretty. That is so pretty. And you can just scroll down and you can see everything that she has on hand right now that you can purchase and the price of it. Wow. Nice. You see this? This could be you, but you over there playing. This could be you, fellow content creator, business owner. This could be you. Thank you, Unbiased, for sharing this with us. Thank you. If you hit book, like you want to book an appointment with her, let's say you want this, right? You click on it. And you select which one you want. You got them all here, right? We selected that one, right? You hit continue. Okay. You tell her your time zone, whatever time zone you in, you select your time zone. We all in different time zones. Oh, how about I want to hit done because I don't want it to go to an appointment. I'm biased. You know, I'm not going to be there. I don't want to go through the whole thing. You be like, Kim, you just made an appointment. My man. But yeah, you go through the whole thing and you got your appointment set up right there. Girl, if I could hug your neck, I would. This is what I'm talking about. Now, I know some of y'all probably looking, oh, that's complicated. No, it's not. Unbiased can tell you, and when she goes live on her channel, I think she goes live tomorrow. Make sure you bring this up, Unbiased, so you can tell everybody your experience with this. I'm not sure if Tuck helped you or not. I can cancel it. Oh, you want me to keep going? Oh, she want me to go through the whole process. All right, we're gonna book an appointment. We're going to get our hair did. Oh, my page. What we doing? We're gonna go back to where we were. All right, boom. We'll get our scalp treatment on. All right, it's already selected. We're going to continue. We're going to pick a time. Where we going, y'all? Where we going? We all going. Where we going? All right. Okay, we're going to select our time zone. All right, now we're going to pick a date. My tomorrow's busy. We're going to do Friday because we're going to be ready for the weekend. We're going to be ready for the weekend, right? We're going to pick Friday. We're going to do it about, what time we doing this, y'all? We're going to do this. Let's say we're going to do it. Let's be the first one in the door. All right. Because, you know, first come, first serve. We're going to do that. All right. We're in the US of A. We're going to put in all our details. And then after you do that, you prepay your appointment. All right. $30 is required to book your appointment. You're going to go on and pay after you enter your information. You know, you can pay through card. It tells you right there. It's through Square. You know, you're going to pay your stuff. It's protected through Square. My bad. You're going to authorize her to save this card on file for future purchases. Because she's so confident, y'all. She's so bad with it that she said, I know you're going to be back. Okay? So I'm just going to hold your card right here. You're going to say you okay with that because you're going to go back because she's going to slay your hair. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. She's like, I know you're going to be back. So I'm just going to hold this for you because you ain't going to have to do this no more. I'm going to hold this for you. I got you. Okay? She going to tell you to read the policy, cancellation policy. If you haven't, click on that mug. Read it because, you know, things happen. You need to make sure that if you have to cancel, you got to know what the rules are because things happen. Okay. And then boom, once you go through all of that, you're able to book your appointment. Then it goes to her and then she do what she had to do for you to be hot for the weekend. Woo, girl. Let me tell you something. She owned it. Tell her, Stacy. Tell her again. Tell her again, Stacy. Tell her, Stacy. On her video. She gonna promote herself. She gonna bring up her website and she gonna go through the whole process so y'all can see. Thank you, Unbiased, for allowing me to show the people your website. Y'all can do this. But if you don't protect your intellectual property by getting things in the right order, somebody else will. And it's too late when somebody else takes your stuff and does things that you, the owner and creator of it, should have been doing a long time ago. Once it's gone, it's gone. You just need to make sure you're setting things up in the right way. Get her, Stacy. Get her. You have to make sure. And if I'm biased, if you didn't use Tuck and you did it yourself, that's a great teaching opportunity for you because that's still a free site. And back me up if I'm wrong, Unbiased. Is that the free site through Square that I've been talking about? Just to clear it up for people that may be looking for, you know, something like this, please answer in the comments. Did you use the free site of this or did you pay for this or let people know? Let the people know. because I don't use Square. I've never used Square before. So I can't answer that. I'll have to look it up. So if you already know Unbiased, please let everybody know, because that would be a great help to a lot of people. Well, you are on the right road. And let me tell you, you are on the right road. It's looking good. And she says, yes, it's free. She did it herself and it's free. Boom. What's your excuse now? It's free. What is your excuse now? All you business owners out there who don't have a website, you don't have an excuse. We actually have now. I know actually I know three people that use Square: Tuck, Unbiased, and our very own Passionately Intrigued Arts. I believe Strength from Within may use it as well. So they use this particular website builder. What is your excuse? We're all on here a lot of times together anyway, at least in the comments. Unbiased, this will be a great teaching time for you about this website builder. Trust me, there's a lot of people here that need this website. We just showed it to them. How beautiful it is, how beautiful you have it laid out so far. It looks great. What's y'all's excuse? That's all I'm asking. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. So if you know you need a website and you out here playing around and you out here just throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks, stop it. This is an actual free website builder. No more excuses, especially if you want to protect your brand, especially if you want to go now today, because I'm sure people gonna be watching this I got this streaming on Facebook too. So y'all better go and lock down your domain names. And if you are smart, if you know at some point you want to trademark that name, get the domain name for whatever it is you want to trademark. So if you know you want to trademark Crafty Leo, Crafty Leo should own www.craftyleo.com or whatever it is she wants to trademark. If that's not her business name, whatever her business name is, because Crafty Leo could just be a YouTube thing. I don't know. She knows. I don't know. So whatever it is that she wants to own and trademark, be smart and get that as a domain. I have several domains that I'm just holding that I haven't attached to a website yet. Y'all don't know nothing about it. But I know eventually, as I'm expanding my business, I need that as a website when I start promoting that. But at least I have the domain. And can't nobody come in there and snatch that domain, because that is something that's happening and will happen and will continue to happen to a lot of people that don't go and secure their intellectual property. People are stealing your name, putting it with a .com, and then it's gone. Or they're taking some version of it, like what happened to me, and then they're trying to say it's theirs. So you don't want that to be you. So make sure you are taking the time to get these domains secured, get your websites built, and get your specimens on there in the appropriate way. So that way, when you are ready to file that trademark, all of your ducks are in a row. Every I is dotted and every T is crossed. You are ready to go. And it makes the process so much easier. So let me check the comments really quickly and see what we see. She said, Crafty Leo said it's a YouTube thing. Okay. All right. Great job. Absolutely, EJ's daughter. She did a great job, Unbiased. Great job. When the live is over, I'm gonna get started on my great. Yes. Y'all don't put up on the screen so we can all hold her accountable, y'all. We're gonna hold Stacy accountable. She says, when this live is over, I'm gonna get started on the website. She is one of my lit sisters. Unbiased, get her. Where's 755 Media? We gonna get her. We gonna stay on her. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You will. You got this. Any questions that anybody may have about specimens, please ask them now. I am here to help. I know y'all love IG. I know you do. I know you love sending people over there, making your sales. To me, IG is for contact. If let's say you don't know what my website is, you want to contact me, say, hey, Tim, what's your website? Oh, no problem. Excuse me. Maybe I didn't make it clear enough. www.theeducatenatural.com. Boom. Oh, yeah. Well, what services do you provide? Go to www.theeducatenatural.com. Hey, I want to be a guest on your podcast. Go to www.theeducatenatural.com/podcast. See how simple that is? You're going to end up at the same place. www.theeducatenatural.com. It's just easy. Because there's just too many social media platforms. I may miss something, but I will always give you my website. www.theeducatenatural.com. That's it. You ain't got to go no further. Look no further. It's right there. But if you don't have that stake in the ground, if you don't have that website, man, you're going to be telling people to go all over the world, up the hill, around the corner, through the woods, to grandma and grandpa's house. They go, and they still probably won't even find you. And the reason why I say that is because some of y'all have the same name on social media as somebody else, or vice versa. They have the same name as you. They may have taken a portion of your name, put some numbers behind it, put some kind of symbol with it. And now people are like, I've searched YouTube and I can't find your name, or I can't find your channel, or I've searched Instagram and there's about 15 people with the same name as you. You won't do that. But if you give them that domain and you have that website set up, they can sit back with a cup of coffee and some donuts and just browse to the heart content. They can buy to the heart's content. And you can go in at any point and add things to your website, take things away, update things, whatever you want. It's your land. You can till it. You can put flowers on it. You can put 15,000 fig trees on it. You can do whatever you want to. That's your website. However you want it to flow, that's your baby. You do that thing. But at least it's your land. That's part of your land. That's part of your property. I think about it like acres of land. You got your domain, you got your website, you got your trademarks, you got your products and services, you got all this stuff. You're sitting on money because now you completely own it. Your baby's not cold. Your baby's well secure. Your baby is well taken care of. Your baby looking good because you have did everything you can as the creator of it, the owner of it, to make sure it's a solid thing, solid as a rock. You've done that. Unbiased, I am proud of you. I didn't know you had a website like this. Great job, sis. Great job. You so silly. That is not. No, because right now, Tay, I have that trademark waiting and I stopped selling it. I put this hair oil out of stock because I'm very particular about certain things. I didn't want to continue to sell it and it's not fully protected. So I had been selling it for years and making it available for years. And then when I filed the trademark, my trademark for this is currently suspended at the USPTO because there are two people. That's what I'm telling y'all from experience. There are two people that filed different names that are similar to my name in that category of cosmetics. And hair oil falls into the cosmetic class. Okay. Hair oil, body scrubs, I had all that. It falls into the cosmetic class. And because I was the third person in line, I have to wait until one of the other people goes through the trademark process before I can do anything with my name in that class. Okay. So the first person that filed, even though I was using it before them, they filed before me. That was way before I knew about trademarks. So I'm telling y'all now, don't do like me. But they filed their trademark before I filed mine. Theirs got registered because they filed first. They didn't have any competition. So the person after them filed, and this person is in Canada. They filed before me. And because they're in Canada, the rules are different at the USPTO for people that file trademarks outside of the United States for the United States trademark. They live outside of the United States. In this case, he lives in Canada. He filed it in the United States. Not only did he file it in the United States, he had to file it in Canada first, right? Because it's where he lived. Canada takes years. Right now, it's been 3 years. This company has been waiting for their oil to be registered in Canada. It's been 3 years, y'all. Canada still has not told this man yes or no. X that. They did tell him no. Take that back. They did tell him no, but the process is so long and different in Canada. He still has to wait till an actual attorney says what the final verdict is. It's been over 3 years, y'all. So his application has been suspended for 3 years. And now I'm behind him because they can't do anything with me until they figure out him. So I'm in line. So to keep my application active, they just kind of put it in a stasis, or they call it like a suspension mode. And so it's just sitting there. Can't do anything until this other person in Canada gets their stuff together. It sucks, but hey, at least it's on file. At least my application is on file. So I have to wait. I can't do anything until they figure him out. Then I complete my case against the other person. All right. So that's kind of why I said, you know what? Well, I'm not going to be selling my stuff out here. Just in case they reject my application, then I won't have a product floating out there that's not protected. And so I just kind of put it out of stock and kept my stuff on file. So that's why you see this out of stock on my website. I'm just waiting to see what they're going to do about it. And that way, if I need to file another application, a different name or something like that, I'll do that. So that's why mine is kind of just sitting there. So yeah, it sucks, but them be the rules. If I knew then when I filed the trademark, like I know now, it would have been a total different thing. But you live and you learn. So that's kind of where my cosmetic products are sitting right now. I'm just kind of said, okay, I'm going to sit them down until we get to the bottom of what's going on at the trademark office. Okay. So that's why I want to tell y'all, make sure you do your research now, because if you have a popular name or your name is similar to a popular name, you need to be doing your research on that name and making big decisions if you're going to keep that name, what category you're going to be selling products and services in, and get stuff solidified now so you don't get mixed up in this whole litigation thing. You don't, because it takes a long time. It's been what, 2 years, almost 2 years now that I've been waiting. He's been waiting. This company's been waiting 3 years. And the only thing that's similar to our name is the word educated. His company is called Educated Beard, and my company is called The Educated Natural. And the other company that filed first is called Educated Skin. This makes no darn sense. But it is what it is. So I'm having to wait in line. And my legs are tired of waiting in line. But that's kind of where I am when it comes to my cosmetic trademark. So if you go look it up, you'll see I'm not lying. I'm just waiting to figure out what's going to happen with the people that filed before me. It's that word educated. I'm telling y'all, I'm like, man. Whew. So anything else I come up with will not have the word educated. I'm done with this. It's like everybody and their mama and them filed something with the word educated in it. I'm like, but had I did this back when I first started my business, I would have been one of the first ones. When I look at the dates of all of these companies that have filed with educated in their name, I have the longest one of the longest ones. Had I filed back in 2013, had I known back in 2013. But if you don't know, you don't know. You live and you learn. But that's kind of where I am with that. But certain terms, my goodness, God bless you if you're going to file anything with certain terms in it. And I've learned educated is one of those terms you just want to stay away from. Just don't even do it. Especially if you're trying to put it on apparel, if you're trying to put it in education. Certain classes are jammed packed with so many people using that term that it will probably blow your mind. Just take your name, put it in the USPTO database, and you will see how many people pop up with a name that has a portion of your name. I know that's what I said correctly. It made no sense. I'm like, what different businesses? No, it's similar. Oh my goodness gracious, really? But hey, they're the final say so in trademarks. And I can get a lawyer and I can fight against it. I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to fight for it or not. I'm just trying, but I still have to wait until to see what happens with this Canadian company for Educated Beard. Y'all just don't know. It boils my blood. But it is what it is. Yes, it's called Educated Skin. I ain't gonna say. I ain't gonna tell you what I did. I gotta keep that to myself. But I did contact that company. I did. Because it made no sense. It made no sense. But what didn't make sense is what the USPTO attorney told me in comparison to their trademark. And I was like, that makes no sense. But I will fight that when time comes to fight that. And even the company themselves said it made no sense. The hello, can I get that in writing? So, oops, sorry. So that's kind of where I am with that. What anything else? What else? Anything else I need to tell y'all? I told you guys that. Yep, told you that. Okay. Now, also, those of you that are putting your websites together, and if you don't want to do a website, just know that you can use tags, you can use labels, you can use packaging, all that stuff. You can even use billboards. Anybody have a billboard? You can use signs, website screenshots. Excuse me. All those things would be applicable when it comes to product and certain services, specimens. You can use those things. You just have to be strategic about what you use. And like I said, if you're filing it on your own and you need just some guidance, say, hey, Kim, can you look at this? I can just let me know. Just reach out and let me know. I don't have a problem with looking at it and saying, okay. Like right now, Unbiased looks, you look great. Now you just have to do yours, the information for your name and all the background stuff that I've talked about previously in the videos. You have to go through that whole process and see how available your name is. But I'm here to tell you, sis. I'm matter of fact, I'm just going to show it to you, and you can make your own observation because I can only say so much. Let's do real quick before we get up out of here. Let me see if I can pull it out real quick. Since the last time we talked, this is my very first trademark video. Remember I had you guys look for your names? All right, let me pull this up so you can see it. Hope you can see it. Okay. Remember I told you guys, you go over to the USPTO.gov website, type in your name. So since Unbiased was so nice to show us her website, I just typed in the first portion of her name. All right. Let's see what happens. We know what we saw last time, right, Unbiased? Look at the difference now. Look at the difference now. A lot of these were not here when last time we looked. That's 40 records with a term unbiased in it. Do you see how quickly this is turning? There's even I see a podcast on here too. That one's dead though. But these seem to be alive. These are already registered. Any number you see in this category here, they're being registered. So all of these, the blank ones haven't been registered yet. They're still waiting for the USPTO attorney. So just to kind of give y'all an idea, things could change at the blink of an eye at the USPTO website for your name. You may look today, you be like, I don't see any portion of my name over there. You can do your own little research and everything, dig down in there as deep as you want to. Come back next week, 50 records. I'm not kidding you. Things change quickly. So if you know that it's time to make a change, it's time to lock down your intellectual property, you better do it now. Because some of y'all YouTube channels are blowing up really fast. You're spreading the word out about yourself, your brand, your product, your service. You are growing, baby. You are growing. And the bigger you get, the more attention you start to gain. And the more attention you start to gain, the more likely you have some copycatters, some confiscators out there, some counterfeiters out there. And if you're the original, you need to make sure everybody knows you have taken the steps to remain the original. Always check your name because things could change quickly. Break your name apart. If your name is similar to another term, put it in there. You just need to make sure you're doing your research on your name. If you don't see yourself in Google, if you say, look, okay, I know I'm a YouTuber, but does my IG pop up? Does my website pop up? Does this pop up? Who's popping up with me? Like popcorn, who's popping? It better just be me. But if it's not just you, you need to make sure that you need to do what you need to do to ensure that you get rid of them other people that may be popping up in your place, and you make sure you're there. You got to be Google-licious, Bing-licious, Yahoo-licious, whoever else out there, whatever other search engine is out there, you need to make sure you are there. Go incognito, turn off, those like me, you sign into Google constantly, turn off, go incognito, open up an incognito window, search that way. You don't want to be logged in when you do your search because you're probably going to pull up yourself because you're logged in. No, do an incognito search for yourself and make sure that you are pulling up. And if it's not you, who is it? Look at social media. Look at YouTube. Look at IG. Put in your name. See how many other people pop up with your name. That's a red flag. Like I said before, head over to the USPTO website. Pull up your name. That's a red flag. Let's see what's there. What's similar to yours? If they're already registered and it's in the same class that you're operating in, let's say they already got a t-shirt line called, I don't know, Tamika Davis with 2 S's. Okay. There's a clothing line called Tamika Davis Creations. I don't know. Right. And Tamika Davis says, well, I make shirts. I've been making shirts for the last 5 years. I want to trademark my stuff. And Tamika Davis goes in there and realizes there's a Tamika Davis Creations. That could be a problem for her. If that other Tamika Davis in there is registered in class 25, which is for apparel or clothing, rather, that could be a big problem. That's a big red flag for her. That's a clear thing to say, you know what? I need to go and get with an attorney for somebody to do a real comprehensive search for me so I can see what's going on. What are my odds of getting this thing approved? Or do I need to rebrand before I put another shirt out there? Hi, the Analytic Gardener. Thank you for being here. These are the things as business owners we have to do. Everybody wants to be a CEO until they have to do what CEOs do. You don't believe me? Look at how many trademarks your biggest R&B, hip hop, pop artist, musical artist has. Your biggest celebrity has. Look at how many trademarks they have under their name. It would surprise you. You know why? Because they are business, man. You have to operate as if you are a business as well. And these are the things that businesses do. These are the things they don't tell you until you mess up and then they say, got you. You don't even know. You wouldn't even know. Some of the simplest things are trademark. Simplest things. Names, just letters. The letter X is trademarked by somebody. Like, you would be surprised. You don't want to get caught up in that. The stuff you see on Etsy, the stuff you see on Design Bundles, Creative Fabrica, all of them, you need to be careful. Some of the stuff that's on those websites are actual trademark terms. You wouldn't know that because you're just thinking I'm making a shirt. But the owner of that trademark does. You don't want to get hit with litigation paperwork. Companies get sued every day by other individuals for using their intellectual property, and ignorance does not help you when it comes to the law. So be smart out here in these social media streets, boulevards, and avenues. Be smart because somebody's always watching their IP, and you don't want to be next. This is a game. You don't want to be next. I don't want to be next. I don't want you to be next. So make sure you are monitoring your intellectual property yourself. I started a website, but it's hard. At least you started, GT. Get started. Get that domain locked down. Just do something and have a place where your people can go to purchase whatever product or service you're trying to sell or get out there in front of the masses. You have to own that real estate. Your website is one key way to own that real estate. Besides, it's a great skill to learn. Building a website is a great skill to learn. It takes you out of your comfort zone if you never did it before. And I know, personally speaking, it opens up an avenue for another stream of income too. Because at any point, I can open it up and say, hey, I'll build you a website. Here's my price. Here's my fee. Have a whole system of websites built. I can do that. I can even start a whole, when I have done before, but I can start a whole line of podcasts under my business. My business is trademarked for podcasts, for entertainment and education. Everything I do under my name in that field is trademarked. So now, not only is you have your podcast with under my company umbrella, but my company is a protected, federal protected umbrella you sit under. Too easy. That's the power a trademark can give you. Domain is locked, I believe. Oh, keep check on that and see if not. It's a big decision to make, GT. Big decision. Because now you have to decide if someone else already has that domain, whatever it is, if they already have it, you have to decide if you're going to come up with another name, if you're going to pay that fee, whatever it is. Because some people pay the fee. Some people pay them $1,000 or whatever that person is asking for that name, if they want to sell it. If not, you have to then see if they've trademarked the name. If the name is not trademarked and you file your trademark, you get your trademark approved, then you've positioned yourself to go to the domain registry. Gosh, I can't say that word today. You can go under the domain registry and you can file and pay a fee to try to get that domain taken down. But the only way you're going to be able to do that is you have to get a lawyer, basically, and they have to prove that that person is misusing that domain and they are intentionally using it against your trademark. Let's say they bought it to cyber squat on it. They're not even using it. That means they're just using it to keep you from having it. And that's a whole nother case. You know, it's a whole nother company. It's a whole process. I want to get into that today, but that's a whole process that you would have to fight for that domain. For a lot of people, they don't want to spend the money. They don't want to go through that whole process. Because there's a chance that once you go that process, the domain company could sit there and say, no, we're still not going to take it down. And now you spend all this money for why? So some people just choose to just get a whole new name, a whole new domain. But that's up to the business owner. That's up to you, what domain it is and what you're going to do about it. And you have to do your own research to figure out if it's locked, who owns it, where are these people? You know, is this a legit thing? Because some people do cyber squat. They're not using it, just made up. It's a bunch of ads on a page. It's not even being used. That's kind of an easy thing to get. It's an easier thing to get taken down versus a company that's actually using it and it's a whole full web page and blah, blah, blah. It's a long process. It could be a long process and a very expensive process. So you have to decide, and based on your research, what you're going to do next. That's kind of how domains kind of work. I'm kind of going through something like that myself. One of my imposters has a domain. She's taken part of my name as her domain. So I'm having to have to decide if I'm going to take that next step or not. I'll know definitely by this fall, but I have to decide what I'm going to do. So yeah, been there, done that. GT, been there, done that. Any other questions for anyone? From anyone? Any questions that I can help you with as it pertains to specimens? I will be coming on. Let me check my schedule. Woof. It's going to be a pop-up. I'm not even going to tell you a day. It's going to be a pop-up. I will pop up with something else. If you have questions you don't want to ask them publicly here, now this is what Instagram is for. Or you go to my website, www.theeducatednatural.com. I sound like a commercial. You can hit me, inbox me and say, hey, Kim, can you do a video pertaining to this issue? I've ran into this business issue. Please, can you help me out on this? I won't have a problem coming up with a live stream like we did today. We can come and we can talk about it and we can get it cracking, okay? But if you ever need to reach out to me and you got some time to wait, go to my Instagram page. Just look for The Educated Natural. But if you want an immediate response, go to my website at www.theeducatednatural.com. That's www.theeducatednatural.com. I've been practicing, y'all. But yeah, if y'all don't have any questions, I'll give you a few minutes. I know there's a delay. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate. We've been here almost 2 hours. My goodness, my goodness. So let me know. You guys keep doing great content out there. Keep the laughter coming. Good luck to everyone that's in the watermelon wars. Good luck to you all. Good luck to those of you that are in any kind of challenge, a personal challenge. You're trying to be the best version of you as you can. You got this. Trust God. Trust the process. You have this. Anyone need anything, just let me know. Reach out. Don't think you got to go through this mud and this journey alone. I understand. I've been here for a minute, so I understand. If you have any questions, don't keep them to yourself. We're a whole community. Utilize the forces and the great people that you have around you. Do not hesitate. I know there are some people out there that fall into a whole nother category of negativity. That is not what we do over here. If we can help you, we have no problem with helping you. But first, our requirement is you have to first help yourself, and you have to want it as bad as you want to breathe. That means you are willing to go above and beyond. You are teachable and you are ready to learn and put your hands to the plow, and you are ready to work, baby, work. Thank you so much, EJ's daughter. Thank you so much. Absolutely, GT Grows in Alaska. I'm glad I'm able to be here. I'm able to help. Y'all keep me and my family in your prayers. Those of you that pray and believe in God and Jesus Christ and the Trinity, those of you that believe, please continue to pray for us. We are getting ready to move. And if you've ever had to move to another state that you've never been to before, you can only imagine what we're going through right now. But keep us in your prayers. Hopefully, as I'm going through this process, I'll be able to document some of it, take some footage of what it looks like when a family moves that's attached to Uncle Sam, to kind of give you guys a view of what that looks like. It's a long process. It is a long process. Sometimes it's easier than others. This one is not going to be that case. This is not going to be that case. So if I come over here, my hair looks like this, just go with it. If I look like, I ain't got no more nails and I'm two different shades of light skin, it's just been a process. Okay. So keep your girl in prayer. It's a process. It is definitely a process. Thank you so much, Sweet Reed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We got a few more days, but they are quickly wrapping up. Pretty soon you guys are going to look back here and all this stuff going to be gone. Next week, I'll be packing all this stuff. It's going to be gone. It's going to be broken down. It's going to be ready to be packed up in boxes when the packers get here. So day by day, things are just going to start missing behind me. Like, seriously. It's going to look totally different back here. I'll probably be in a total different room because all this stuff will be taken down. Probably even my desk, because I may just have my phone. So don't be surprised. Y'all see me just on my phone with my little stand that holds my phone. And I'm just like, hey, y'all, how y'all doing? And I look like I'm about crazy. It's a part of the process, guys. It's a part of the process. We've been doing this for years now, but every time we do it, it's a journey. So thank y'all so much. Hi, Cole. Thank you for being here. We're about to wrap this thing up. No, I'm not. No, I'm not, Tay. No, not moving that far. Even though I have family in that state. No, we're not going that far. But I pray that God continues to bless each and every one of you. He continues to look over each and every one of you. For those of you that gave in any manner through Cash App, through Super Chat, even through a like, a comment, subscribe, anything you have done over here on this channel for the betterment of this channel, betterment of me, I pray that God continues to bless you tenfold and some. He continues to watch over you. His face continues to smile upon you. His blessings continue to fall upon you for generations to come. I'll leave that prayer over you. Until the next time, we say, oh, it's a question. Hold on. Yes. I lived quite a few years in Germany, EJ's daughter. Yes, been there, done that, loved it. I loved Europe. Y'all, I enjoyed myself in Europe. Let me tell you, enjoyed myself in Europe. And he's going to love it there. He just has to be able to love to travel, go to different parts over there. Well, things have changed now, with everything that's going on over there. But if he can get out into just some of the great, beautiful architecture in Europe, it is gorgeous over there. So many memories we have over there. So many pictures. Oh my goodness, of the years we lived over there. I did 2 tours over there. So it was absolutely great. We loved it there. They were actually trying to get us to go back now. We were like, yeah, no. No, we don't want to go back now because we're getting close to retirement. It's time to hang up these boots. Okay. We're trying to go back overseas right now. So yeah, but he's gonna love it. I know it's probably gonna be heartbreaking for you, probably gonna be worried. He's in good hands. He's in good hands. So just keep him covered in prayer. Yes, yes, military, most definitely. I loved being in Europe. We had fun over there. We had met a lot of great people there. That was actually where I had my last government job, was in Europe. Miss my job. But yeah, it was, yes, exactly. His kids will learn German. Yes, I've forgotten a lot of it now. But yeah, Germany was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Absolutely. Germany was a actually, for me, Germany was my first duty station. Right out of basic training, I told them send me to Germany. People thought I was absolutely crazy, but I just wanted to go to Germany. Didn't know anything about Germany. I just wanted to go. And Germany was a great experience for me. I met my husband in Germany. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was God led. God was like, your husband is in Germany. I got to get you to Germany. I don't know. I just had a strong calling to go to Germany, and I went and I met my husband. So has been a great opportunity. But I will tell you, if you have this opportunity to travel, man. You'll find so many great things out there, that so many great cultures and different things that you won't see here in the United States. It's been great. I've been able to go to I went to Germany, I went to Poland, France. I've been up the Eiffel Tower. I've done all that. I told my daughter when she was for spring break one year before we left, I took her. I said, "How many people spend their spring break on the beaches of Spain?" I took her to Spain, for spring break one year. We had a ball. So I absolutely enjoyed Europe, and he will too. So don't worry, just keep him covered in prayer and everything will be okay, EJ. It's going to be just absolutely great. Just pray for them. Pray for all of our servicemen and women. Just keep us all covered in prayer. So if you guys don't have any other questions that I can answer, I'm going to get on up out of here. Y'all have kept me over 2 hours. Good gracious. It is time to go. But I thank God for each and every one of you. I don't see any more questions. But if I can help you in any way, you already know where to go. If you want to go to my Instagram, just look for The Educated Natural. If you want to go to my website, what is it, everybody? www.theeducatednatural.com. All right, everyone. I will see you guys. Much love to you all and many prayers. May God continue to bless each and every one of you. And like we always say here, be blessed. Continue to be a blessing to others. And until the next time God allows us to meet, always take some time and enjoy every second of your journey. And that journey is we call life. All right. See y'all later.